Greetings, mortals. And how dare you, how dare you, how very dare.
1 to 5? Well, we know if we roll 1 to 5, it's going to be a 3. We know that's going to happen. It was a 5. It wasn't a 3. It wasn't a 3, it was a 5. Turns out the dice are just rigged in Severia's favor, not for 3 generally. It's actually just a Severia bias. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, Umber Witcher. That was unexpected. God, now I have to find... But the rings that I have, they're going to be so good. Why would I can't get rid of the rings. I can't get rid of the rings. They're so good. They're so good. All of them are so good. There's no duds in there at all.
We'll have to come back later.
Oh, well, we can't do it, actually. The game won't allow us to do it. Okay. This can be sold to... I'm holding on to this. I'm holding on to this just because of the Doom. 3, 4. I can re-roll the increased value enchant. And 5. Alright, so that's 5. Let's see. Oh shit, we have 11 levels stockpiled. Holy shit, we should probably level up, huh? So, what do we want to do now? Oops. That was not time for it. It also wasn't Blades Beacon, which was fascinating. So we can go to Castle Iron Fist, which I believe we can level up there. And which place do we need to go to? We need to go to Might Magic 8. So let's level up here, then we can pop over to Regna and do the next island on Regna. I'm actually realizing that, like, as I'm talking to people about the stuff that I'm going to be doing in a month when I'm over there, that I'm going to be gone in a month, and that I should probably get my rear in gear if I intend to actually finish this and do literally anything else before I leave. So, yeah, Shikiti. Let's make that happen, shall we? Let's see. I could get mind up to date. Do you have a mind spell that you're casting? You have the thing now, right? You have meditation. This increases mana regen, but I don't have the mana to actually cast it. Why did I think that I could do this? What am I currently casting that I'm not supposed to do? Is there anything? Ah, protection from magic. I'm going to disable protection from magic, replace it with meditation. So this increases my mana regen. It also means that I have more mana to play with. I'll become susceptible to a few status effects that I wasn't before, but I wasn't getting immunity to death from that anyway. Though I do have that from items, so... How much do I get out of... This is 2% per skill point. So I can double the mana regen capacity of this. I don't think that that's worth the investment. I didn't realize how far behind these have gotten. Okay. So, dagger, fire, water, leather, arms, bodybuilding. Bodybuilding up to be on par with leather. And I think I want to try to get my bodybuilding and leather on par. with my Arms Master. So those are all going to be at the same value now. We did. I didn't check the patch notes though, so let's take a look at the patch notes because it's been a few days now. Let's look at the changelog. So, the 10th... Nope, that's not the 10th. That is the 22nd. Fixed item rounding. Released Road to Insanity. Added regeneration arms match to the skills requiring 8, 20, and 32. That checks out. Overdue Snapfinger is no longer required to be in the party to complete the Merchant Guild quest. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Map level is minimum of 300 in Insanity mode. That's very interesting. I really like that change. That's a very clever change. So if the goal for the Insanity mode is that you have a fundamentally limited amount of experience to play with while you're going through like the main story, making it so that the maps min out at 300 means that when you're playing on Insanity mode, until you get strong enough to handle a level 300 map, you can't just use maps to like get extra bonuses. Like you can't just get an extra bonus EXP. You can't like farm maps to make up the deficit that you're going to have. That's clever. I like that. It also makes it so that the maps you find are more useful for the late game. Okay. Elementalist lowered cast required to learn early spells, increased cast required to learn late spells. Fixed a bug that was making them learn spells without the required mastery. Let's see. Outdoor spells will no longer attempt to be cast indoors. Elementalist stacks are now displayed in the portrait. Each stack increases cast speed by 5%, spell damage by 10%, and mana cost. Slightly increased leather and mail base AC. Plate will still be much stronger. Melees are forced to play tank damage, while caster goal is to keep a safe distance. I do think that this makes a degree of sense. The multipliers that these skills have imply that the plate users should have a specialization toward physical versus like resistance, but in practice, because of how much more AC plate has, plate is tankier against both by a pretty huge margin, and leather as a skill is less valuable to invest, is very low value to invest in kind of at all, because of the fact that you're working off of smaller values. So I think that makes sense to cover some of the gap. I wouldn't want them to cover all of the gap, because I think that, again, like I think leather should be overall weaker, but the degree to which leather as a skill was weaker, I think was potentially too strong. They might end up needing to look at classes that have dodge and see if they're a little overtuned as a result of this, but I do think that like my leather users have felt like the points that I'm putting in don't feel like they're giving me that much value. Plus luck and SP regen can now be rolled with an eye crafting. Interesting. Item seating should be improved. Okay, so this is something that's finicky behind the scenes details that I haven't noticed, but which you easily could. Dated gems max enchant value tooltip. Cool. So this is some interesting changes. Fixed raise dead and resurrection not working sometimes. Yeah, this is a cool series of changes. I think that the regen and arms master definitely should be I wouldn't consider them to be tertiary skills. Like they're in the miscellaneous category, but they're not tertiary skills. They're definitely combat skills. So that makes sense. I had honestly just assumed that they were already coded that way. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. We might have to restart that run because we now have a spell that we shouldn't have on our elemental list. But I don't know that it makes that big of a difference. We'll be getting that expertise eventually. Let's see here. 454. I guess I could just not cast the spell. Because I think it's just a buff spell that we don't need to cast. We can just not cast it. That's a very easy fix. Once we get to expert, we'll just cast it at that point and not cast it before then. I could edit the save to remove it, but that's way, way more work. Like, editing the save to remove that spell would require enough groundwork that it would be more work than just replaying to the point that I'm at right now. Because I already have, like, I'll start out with reanimate. So, okay, let's get these up to par where they're supposed to be. And make things easy. Okay, so party's doing pretty well. Yeah, the easiest solution is to just get expertise, right? Because then it's not a problem anymore. The real easiest solution is just because I have the spell in my book doesn't mean that I have to cast it. You know what I mean? Let's see here. We need to go to 8 now. So that is good. And we can get some stuff down. Jadane. Okay. Ensure Regna. We're going to Regna. And we're just popping through some of the Regna levels. Let's see. I'm trying to remember where the... We got a key or something, right? There's a random axe here. I didn't double loot this chest. Oh god. Oh god. We haven't fought the inventory boss? God damn it, Sartole, what the hell?
No room.
Wait, what? When did I get this? I have so much unidentified bullshit in my inventory. Oh my god.
I can't
Wait,
fit
what?
anymore.
Wait. I really didn't do the inventory management. What the hell is going on here? Okay. Okay, so we're going to have to go sell. We're not going to be doing the next dungeon yet. This is all...
Powerful this is. Powerful this is.
So you're set. Berserk.
It's beyond me.
It's of no use.
Another
to me.
spell learned.
Ah,
So we have an Ancient
nice.
Dragon Hunter's Shield of Protection. That is a slight upgrade over what we've got. What we've got is a legendary, but it's not a very good
Ah,
legendary.
it's useless.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. Oh! We have a legendary divine. Increases the effect of resistances based. Interesting. Ooh, Arms Master Boots. Okay. Wait, does this mean that the normal plus 50% enchant doesn't work on... Does this only... Wait. Can we get confirmation on this? Base enchants are 50% stronger. Oh, wait, is this for all... It doesn't say on this item. Does it say on this item? Wait. Do I have someone who can use an axe? Wait. Does this apply to every item? I literally... Okay, so... Doesn't seem to be applying to whatever this one is. But it might be garbage. So That might not be obvious. Wait, why is my water resist higher? Oh, do I not? My water resistance is lower, actually. Okay, those are the base resist. I'm a dope.
There's
We
no
literally
room.
don't have
My
a
pack's
item
full.
for that. Okay, so
Sorry.
no, you can't use
My
this.
pack's full.
You probably
Fit.
have something. Yes. Okay, it looks like this probably applies. So the the way you can kind of check is that we have a 0.7 increase to water, which we don't have an item for, but we have a 1.1 increase to earth, which we have an item for.
I can't fit anymore.
That's huge. We need this on a ring. I like this helmet, but we need to get this on a ring at some point. Do we need to make this on? Do we need to put this on a ring now? No. This is not an important enough effect to take it off of a helmet right now, because we have people who can use a good helmet. Like, this is a 26% increase to vitality right now. This is crazy. So this, I think, will stack. So basically, if we have this effect, and can I actually, will it actually show up on the thing if I do it? So like if I, okay, it doesn't show up, unfortunately. I can't just like look at it. But that's potentially gonna be crazy. Wow, we found some really crazy shit at the end of the last stream.
Ah.
There's a weakness
nice.
immunity, disease and curse immunity. Today, I think, is actually going to start off with inventory management, not with progress. Shocking, I know.
Ah, it's useless.
Me lying in the title. I mean, I'm not lying, it is a question of the title, right?
Let's leave it behind.
Okay,
We
water,
don't need this.
fire resistance and might,
We don't need
nothing,
this.
blades.
We don't need this. We don't need this.
Excuse me. Resistance.
Ooh. Let's leave it behind.
It can't be that old, because I think that's a new
Learn way
enchant.
to cast it. Ooh.
So it has to have been from last stream. It has to have been from last stream.
Ooh.
Which admittedly was days ago, but... Oh! That's unarmed, on chain. Not a super great combination. We've got an Armsmaster hat. It's unfortunately not going to be useful. So we can sell it.
It's worthless.
Sphere, Primordial Spear, Legendary Mail of the Gods. Do you have Legendary? You do. So what's the Legendary effect? Ooh, when a base enchant increases one of the stats, other two stats will retrieve. That's a very good effect, actually. And this is a fairly sizable stat boost. I think we do this. I think we're going to equip this. And where's that helmet?
There's no room.
Oh, right. Okay. Realistically use that. Okay, this is the worst character to have this helm on, by the way, in theory. But we don't have to worry about it for right now. For right now, that is fine. Other thing of note is that this character doesn't have any resistance items, and I need to fix that.
I can't learn that.
So we'll do some inventory management here. I am fully awake. I'm awake, I'm alert, I'm here, I am with it, and ready to make decisions to better
Sell it.
my ability
It's worthless.
to plow through my enemies.
It's worthless.
Okay. So these. Do we have two? We had like 2 legendaries just sitting around. Do we have more?
This is perfect. This is perfect. Who needs it?
Let's see here.
Junk. Who needs it?
Okay. We have another legendary. Base enchants on 50% stronger. That's so funny. Is it time to make a staff? I think it might be. I think it's time to make a staff, y'all. God damn, I wish I had identified this when it dropped. Holy shit. Wow, Friday was a big day for us.
Who needs it?
Holy shit. We had so... What did we do on Friday? What the hell happened? We had so much stuff. What did we do? What were we killing? Okay. This is intense. So, we need to figure out what kind of staff we want to do. I don't think it matters like what the tier is, though it's beneficial, I guess, to have a higher tier. Let's see here. It's convenient to do one that already has air resistance on it. I don't know that air is necessarily the thing that I want. Right, we actually know, because we can copy this if we want. It's not optimal. It is not perfectly optimal to have the fire and earth resistance be the lower of the 2 values, but and that's, yeah, I think that's fine. So again, because what are you? This is a base enchants plus 50% item. How likely are we to be finding another one of those? So, we need to figure out what staff we're using. Preferably, we want to use a high-level staff. If we have a really high-level staff, that would be convenient. This is already of the dragon. And it's fairly high level. It doesn't have any of the stats that we need. But it has... I only need to re-roll the normal things. I don't need to re-roll the final affix. This says increased weapon speed. We need to re-roll that. I think this is the play.
Can't fit
There's
anymore.
no
It
room.
won't fit.
Okay, so this staff
There's no room.
It's of
is
no
going to
use me.
be
I can't
staff
fit
of-
There's no room.
anymore.
My pack
this
is
is,
full.
this is the staff we're choosing. I do not have a
can't fit
ton
anymore.
of inventory space to tick around with right now, which is suboptimal for me doing my crafting, but that's okay. Okay, so this staff, we need to put a mirror on this. Save this under danger, and let's save this under test. Okay, so first things first. Let's add the thing to it. So, okay, this is now an Iron Core Staff of the Dragon. We now need to purge off the affix that we don't want on it. I guess I could make it legendary first. Do we want to make that? No. Okay, let's purge off a different affix than the one that we just put on. Okay, save it again. It's personality. And if I remove both of them, I think it doesn't give me two different affixes to choose from, so we'll just re-roll the affix that we have. So let's go with this, maybe? That's AC now. We have a lot of different ways that we can do this, so this can't be upgraded from more. Is a wizard's wait, is this the top tier? Type. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter because if the intention is that there's going to be like a higher typing, it would be my expectation that even if I can't do it right now, I'll eventually be able to do it. Let me take a look. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. Sword, axe, staff. This is a wizard staff, or God damn it, this is like the weakest tier of staff. So, dude, if I can't upgrade this, wait, did I misread? Did I misread this? I misread this. I don't know how I misread this, but I fully misread what I was reading here. Okay, this is fine. This is what we want. Okay, I just like misread a 157 as a 137 because I'm apparently blind. Okay. Let's see here. So I am good at the reading. Next, do we want to add the legendary affix to it? Yeah, let's add the legendary effect to it.
I can't fit anymore.
Let's find this thing actually before we do anything else. Which inventory was it on? Okay. Base enchants are 50% stronger. It's a complete waste on a shield. Not a complete waste. It's not optimal. That's true. Dyslexics do not believe in dogs. That is very true. Okay. We don't do it. I'm not dyslexic. Let's see here. At least I don't think I am. Like it could be covered by other stuff, but I don't think so. Well, I actually am a fairly slow reader, so it's theoretically possible, but I don't think I'm dyslexic. Let's see here. Let's see. I will say, though, I don't like the term dyslexic. Dyslexic people is fine. Let's see here. It doesn't have good vibes. Let's see here. Let's see.
Sorry.
That's the right item. Where is it? It's right here.
There's no
I
room.
can't carry anymore.
Might, accuracy, air resistance. Is air resistance the one that we're looking for? I think it is, right? Yes, air resistance is one of the two resistances that we were going to get for this item. No, there's no need to apologize. I'm just saying that for my purposes, I think that there's a movement recently. I don't remember when, but there was a movement that people started talking about recently of like, hey, maybe we should like start making sure that we call people rather than being like, you know, like having someone who's like defined as being like the condition without anything else, right? So like as an example, like dyslexic to refer to a person as opposed to a condition. And I do prefer that. I think that it makes a lot of sense. And so I think that I prefer that language. That doesn't mean that anyone else has to prefer that language. that's my preference. And conveniently, my preferences matter a lot right now. Conveniently for me, my preferences are rather important. Look. Time. What is it? Oh, that's interesting. We can roll air resistance again, even though we can't get air resistance again. I thought that wasn't supposed to happen. So we're looking for water now. It's cool that we can actually see the base value behind. We've gotten air resistance again. Fire resistance. Well, at least we finally got another type of resistance, but it's not one of the ones that we can use. Yeah, personally, I think that it's not super difficult to just make those slight adjustments in the way that we talk. The thing that I think is most hard for people is being able to sort of like just gently suggest it to other people. I think that is the part that people struggle with the most. Luckily, I'm very opinionated and very willing to tell people. That's water, let's go! I'm very willing to just go, hey, you know, we could use a different turn, right, buddy? Hey, pal, we could use some, like, different terminology. Let me sit you down. Okay, so we now have this built up, and we can move on with our lives. What level are we? We're like level 225, so let's go ahead and just use a couple more crafting cubes on this. Alright, so this is up to 217 now. So we can go ahead and equip this, which is a 50% DPS increase. Not too shabby. And how does that do for... So that's going to a little more than halve the damage we take from fire... Or from water and air attacks. So let's see. If we were to just move this over to you, you would immediately have about close to 95% resistance to energy damage, which is pretty solid. But the other thing is that let's take a look if we swap these two helms. And do this.
I can't carry anymore.
Let's take a look at what you look like now. So, with this setup, we would go from a resistance of about 90% to everything to about a 96 to 97%. Right? So that's like, what, an average of... We're looking at about an average of 96.7%. But this would be an energy damage resistance of 96.7. So that would be about a 66% decrease in energy damage from this. Not too shabby, and I don't think this Alvarian leather is capped out, and this is also not capped out. So we have the ability to actually improve this a bit beyond this, which is pretty cool. How much durability does this get? So this would get me up to 385,000 vitality, which is, you know,
There's no room.
so, we can move this back to you for now. Though I'm actually not sure that we want to do that. Do we want to keep the Scholar's Cap on you? Just for shits and giggles? No, because, like, Commoniton is not that tanky, actually, on paper. On paper, Commoniton's really not that tanky. But in practice, Commoniton is very tanky. So, let's see here. We have gotten our staff made. I'm pretty happy with that. The chances that we get a staff that's got double stats on it is, I think, pretty low. Like, that's a very low probability item to find. So we now have an axe here that we'll be able to copy eventually. We have this staff, which is a permanent item, but is not going to get copied. And so we're basically done with staffs. We don't need any staff now. We don't need to hold on to things thinking, oh, maybe we'll use this in the future, da-da-da-da-da. None of that shit. We're done. We've got our Legendary Wizard Staff of the Dragon, and that is all that we need. So, in terms of other itemization, I think Commoniton is in a pretty decent place. Even like DPS-wise, Commoniton's in a pretty decent space. It would be nice to get this up to GM. We need to get... Excuse me. We need to get some more unarmed items. And we've used one of the things. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of dull. It's not the most interesting thing in existence. There's a lot of really cool staves, though. Like, to be honest, like, all of the staff models look pretty good. There's a lot of relatively boring items, and I don't know that staves have too many boring ones. Like, this journey staff looks really cool on its own. The basic wooden staff model, honestly, I think looks pretty cool. So they don't miss. Alright, let's TP back to Ravenshire. So luckily I didn't drop my stuff into the fountain. We've got our staff here. We've got Hermes. We have a belt that has water resistance on it that we don't need. So we'll need to get a new belt. Do we have a legendary belt? I don't even know that we have one, do we? Wow, we haven't found a single legendary belt yet. That's kind of wild. So what are we going to do here? I think we're going to just clear this stuff out to start making room to pile stuff into an individual inventory. This trident can be sold along with the wand.
Our axes are the best.
Rarities from across the land.
Sell
This
this.
was a pleasure.
Okay. So, we now have an inventory we can play with. This is an item that is fairly good. We probably don't need it, question mark. Ooh, this gives elemental resists. Okay, so... And we want to eventually put this on a ring, right? So it needs to be a ring that is generically useful to the entire party. So I would want maybe a double might ring that's either of Doom or of the gods. Honestly, given the characters that we have with, you know, 2 immunities, probably of the gods is a little bit more valuable. Let's see. I'm gonna start looking through my rings. This is a Might Ring of Doom. It's not super high level. So the of Doom effect is fairly weak. But it's pretty cheap to pump these. And I wouldn't need to copy it for a long time. So, do I want to do that? The issue is that this helm is actually not bad, just generally. So, because the helm itself has pretty decent stats on it, maybe I hold off on making the ring until later. Because I know what I would want to make the ring, but I don't know what I would want your second item to be. It would probably be one of these categories, because those have a slightly boosted value. But I'm not entirely sure.
We can outfit you.
I'm tempted to just do it. It would allow me to use a bunch of like the low-level crafting materials I have, and the mid to high ones as well, because I have quite a lot of crafting materials. And who would I give this to? If I were to make this, I'd probably give it to Severia, who has the fire and earth resistance item. I think, do you have good rings already? This is air to earth. You don't need air and earth. Yeah, I could replace this. Like, if I replace this, I can always like toss some of these to other characters. You have very low HP. Do you not have an HP item at all? Yeah, you're waiting on that ring. I honestly could just make another copy of that ring right now. Do I have any reason to hold off on it? Yes, I do, right? Because it's not as high level as it could be, in theory. But am I going to be... Should I worry about that even? No, right? Like, I don't think I need to worry about that. I think I might actually just do that now. Let's just call it a day. Let's get this done. We will, because these are capped out for the current thingers, I believe, right? If I use a diamond on this, it's not going to work. Do I have a diamond? I don't know if I have any diamonds. I do. Yeah, I can't use a crafting diamond on this. So I think I'm just going to copy this. It's tempting to hold on to this, except for the fact that it's like, I know for a fact that I'm going to make 5 of these. This is like a benchmark item that is part of my late and post game strategy. Like, on a fundamental level, this is an item that I know I'm going to be utilizing on preferably everybody. Let's see, where is here's here. So we're going to copy this ring, and the next copy of the ring, I think, is going to go on Sortira. We can replace our Death and Eradication ring that she's got with this one. This gives us a gigantic boost to her durability, which is good. Now, we can replace one of these belts And that's something to look at. Do I have anything that's really, really weak on here? Well, these are kind of vaguely mediocre. This is not amazing. This is real weak. So if we put this ring on, we should be able to find a belt in our inventory that beats what we've got on, I think. 26 to all stats. This is actually... Wait, our belt is good. Oh, this isn't... You don't have a belt. You have this.
There's no room left.
Rather than worry about it, we're just gonna get it done that way. Okay, so now you have a death and eradication ring. You have a death and eradication gauntlet. We don't have a death and eradication belt in play. Okay. That works. Wait. You have a rack, so why do you have one belt? Okay, so we should be in good shape there. We've now gotten 3 copies of our immunity ring. Wait, why are these not hardened? This one is hardened, so presumably this one is not hardened. Okay, they don't copy the hardened status. Good point. Good point. Okay, so 63.
Great, now we can
Unicorn horn.
Ah, perfect mix.
I'm looking for green and yellow, I think. So I just need one blue somewhere.
Ah, perfect. Great, now we can. Ah, perfect mix.
Yes. Okay. So green. Nailed it. Now.
I can't carry anymore. Ah, perfect mix. Great, now we. Ah, perfect mix.
Okay. Now I need 2.
Great, now we can. Ah, perfect mix.
It is very important that the thing that gives us status effect immunity can't just be broken. You know, just like a little bit of a concern. Alright, so let's go to the weapons store, I guess. Move this out of the
Sorry.
I can't carry
There's no
anymore.
room.
I can't fit anymore.
Okay, this is a legendary, which we replaced. Okay. Holy shit, actually. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, this is legendary. We aren't selling you. We are selling you.
Our axes are the best.
Do I want to just get rid of all of this? I think. Yes.
Our axes are the best.
I'm generally holding on to Arms Master items, but I don't need to hold on to an Arms Master weapon of a type that I'm not going to use. So a one-handed axe can just be tossed. So we can pop back over here. We can sell this stuff. It's been almost an hour. But we've made some pretty important progress in that hour, actually. Not just in getting our inventory cleared up, which doesn't take that long, but just in terms of, like, getting ourselves closer to a proper setup. We've now got one of our permanent items done. This has Arms Master on it. We will hold on to that for now. We probably... don't need it. It's not a legendary. Are we going to have a point where we're going to copy over an Arms Master boot? It seems actually unlikely. If we had maybe like a double Arms Master on it, yeah, but with single Arms Master, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. We'll hold on to it anyway, though. It's fine. We're not gonna ditch it yet, but at some point we're probably gonna ditch it.
Our axes are the best.
Alright, so I'm actually gonna go sell the books.
Rarities from across the land.
I'm fairly sure that I've already given Featherfall to both of the Elemental Casters, so...
Rarities from across. Business was.
Okay. We have boots here with double might, which is a cool effect, but honestly we don't have that many characters who could potentially benefit from it, so I think we might as well just sell it.
Rarities from across the land.
We have too many legendary boots already to need to tinker with that, I think. This inventory, we have a Divine Intervention. Did we already turn that quest in? Don't remember. We should be in better shape regarding belts now. Bunch of those. This is an Arms Master bow. We're holding on to the Arms Master bow. This needs to be sold. This can be sold. And our cloaks are probably not very good overall. We have Atlas, which is fairly good.
It's beyond me.
I can't learn that
Immolation
spell.
can't be learned by anybody who hasn't already learned it. Okay, we already checked all those.
I can't fit anymore.
So,
Rarities from across the land. Business was.
next. That was a legendary, so it's a good thing that I went and checked again. Almost made a little oopsie whoopsie. An oopsie doodle.
I can't
you might
fit
say.
anymore.
This isn't Arms Master.
Our axes are the best.
Arm chain. It's a no. We do have a Berserker dance. Is this an upgrade or something? Nope. Okay. Okay, this is the Orange Master helmet, or hat rather. Again, don't need it just because it's a hat. Guardian.
There's no room. Our axes are the best.
Okay. So, move over here. Save it up.
We can outfit you. We can outfit you. We can outfit you.
See what our dungeon now. I'm realizing that we've gone quite a long time without
Our axes are the best.
swapping to a new save file, which kind of defeats a good portion of the purpose of having these alternate save files. When I reach a point where it's like, well, if I were to need to reload back to the other file, would I? And the answer is no. That's the point where you should probably make another one. Oh, shit. Okay.
There's no room.
So once we've done this and cleared out our inventory, we can pop over. That's actually a really good belt. I'm gonna take a look at whether that's an improvement for people. Let's see. Tiny difference. It's pretty much a side grade, so I'm not going to worry about it. This also has endurance. Let's just do this as well. Okay, so anything else that's very big and obvious? It's nice that we can basically just get rid of any staff that is not legendary. Like, that's pretty cool.
It's beyond
It's of
me.
no use to me.
Okay, Blade's Beacon.
I
you
wish
won't
I
I
could
can't
learn
fit
that.
anymore.
learn. Pain Reflection, no one can ever learn. Alright, so we're gonna go sell these weapons.
Our axes are the best.
Okay, Traveler's Head of Doom.
Our axes are the best.
Okay. I should should probably be able to just toss these. Though this might just be an upgrade for you, so it's... This is just a straight upgrade. We're gonna go ahead and equip this. So I'll also reduce my mana costs. So this legendary was an upgrade even before the legendary effect. So, not too shabby. Let's see here. Next on our agenda is... we should be able to sell all these things. And that also... is that the last Ascension item that I have on? That might make her life a lot easier. Nope, we also have the thing. They don't stack, so... I guess I could remove that from her and put it on someone else who it doesn't affect negatively. This has luck and might on it, so I could actually just slap this on you. I can slap it on you. Oops. I think that works. Alright. So, I think that is the last Ascension item that I have on this character. So now they will have normal spellcasting again, which they should be much better able to keep people alive now.
We can outfit you.
Without those like ascended heals that cost so damn much. So now we can pop over here.
Rarities from across the land.
Sell some of our stuff. And are we done? Of course not. We have a bunch of stuff there.
Rarities from across the land.
Oh, Hall Under the Hill map. Alright. So, we go over to here.
Outfit you.
And I believe we are golden. Okay. Nailed it. So, now we can TP back to Regna, and we can open up an empty inventory slot on everybody, or something that's close to empty. And start pounding through the next set of enemies. So I don't remember how we're supposed to do that. Let's do the dragons. I think the dragons will be fun. Let's take out the dragon area. What we need to get food. Alright, so Burkindle spoils. This is... oh wait, do we have? We do have to. Okay. I like how all of them just sound like shop names.
Join the party.
Joe Pirate Stanley, huh?
Any delicacy you like.
Next, we are popping over here. We're going to start fighting some dragons. They are going to use probably exclusively fire here. A cave.
Come on, let's go in.
We're going to see how dangerous they are if we just kind of barrel into them.
Ow!
The answer is pretty dangerous, but not that crazy.
Ow!
Plate. We have meditation active now, so our mana regen should be a lot faster. We also have a lot less mana cost and like double the mana available for Sortira. So we should be in much better shape than before. Which, you know, you can pretty adequately see. What level are these dragons? These are level 216. So my guess is that it's going to take fairly high level enemies to be able to really do too much to me.
Yes.
Because we're just getting real strong. We getting up there. Let's go ahead and save this under dungeon, and we're actually gonna double speed it. There we go. Let's just dive. Let's see what happens. My guess is that probably this pack is too strong. There's a boss. Predictable. Okay. When that thing was moving super fast, I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. So we're going to actually rotate back a bit just to split this pack a bit if we can. Is that old load? No, that's just a graveyard. Alright, we're going to hop in here. We'll see what happens. We are taking big hits from some of these. Looks like these are all fairly weak. Okay, so the Great Worms do have the ability to pin me down if I'm being too precious with my healing. The ability to knock me to negative 100% to get the kill matters for this. Before the change to preservation, we'd be fine. But because of the fact that preservation no longer protects us infinitely, Ulrin is at significant... Wait, are they incapable of hitting me here at all?
Yes.
That wasn't what I was anticipating, but okay. Come on. Wait, why are they not hitting me at all? Okay, now they're hitting me. I was like, come on. I'm not even trying to be cheesy. Wait, why are they not hitting me? What happened? Oh, Jesus. Old Lobe doing some damage. Old Lobe. Let's try what you're doing. I feel like they should be hitting me from here. So here's Old Lobe. Old Lobe, I think, does melee. Oh, is it just that the other characters are so fucking tanky that it doesn't, like, they're, like, basically just not even registering the hit? Old Lobe has the potential to insta-gib Ulrin. So we got very confused, but that's okay. We got a relic. I don't know if there's any relics that we're currently looking for, but that could be useful. Oh, there's a dragon head here. I didn't know that there were any spawns. So the ones in the very back are the little ones. Oh, imagine that. Imagine the hatchlings being protected by the adults. Almost makes you feel bad. Okay. Oh, we got another relic. Wait, did we just get another Scholar's Cap? No.
However, this is
The Lucky Hat.
Ah,
We got
nice.
this, which, meh. I guess it does have a lot of speed and luck.
Ooh.
Let's see.
It's worthless.
Nothing too interesting, I think.
We could sell it. This is perfect.
We got Artemis. Alright. Nothing too shiny coming out of this, but we've got this done. I don't think there's any chests in here either. So, mission successful. Guess we should probably pick up the Dragon Eye. And we can move on. We're probably going to 7 now. Be my guess. Yep, we need to go to 7. Get a dungeon done there quick. Ooh, I'm looking forward to seeing Insanity. What happened in 6? We did a single dungeon. What dungeon did we do? We did the dungeon in Eel-Infested Waters. Yeah. Yep, the dungeon in Eel-Infested Waters gave us a cajillion levels. On its own. The Might and Magic 6 dungeons, they don't fuck around. They don't fuck around. There's so much experience in the dungeons in 6. There's just so many enemies. I haven't turned in the Memory Crystal, no. That's just picking up the Memory Crystal. Six is pretty wild. Let's see here. We can do what now? We need to go to somewhere in 7. Ooh, that's actually great. Wait? Are we done with the pit now? I think we're done with the pit. There's 3 dungeons in here. I think we did all 3 of them. So now we just need to go to the Watchtower. And once we've done the Watchtower, we'll be done with Deja, and we can finally go to Evanmorn Island. So, going to Evanmorn Island will get us... There. Interesting note about that teleporter. The teleporter is attached to the ground, but you can't jump onto the teleporter. You have to be moving through it. So if you jump into the thing, because you fly off the ground. We'll see how much experience we get out of Watchtower 8 or 6 or whatever it is. Watchtower something. Once we get whatever we get out of Watchtower something or other, that'll be a big deal. Hidden chest here. Which chest is hidden here? In Deja? did not pick up this chest.
Let's leave it behind. We don't need this.
Okay.
This is nice. We don't need this. Ooh. We don't need this.
Oh, we got Galahad. Okay. Okay, we should have plenty of food now, right? We have 56 food. Let's go. So we're gonna just dive in here,
Come
go
on, let's go in.
completely crazy on them. It's gonna be great. We're not gonna die instantly. Alright, not gonna lie, that was kind of supposed to kill him horribly, but that's fine. We have a lot of food. It's also funny because it's visible from the watchtower. Like, you could just see it. I don't remember ever seeing it before, but I literally just looked at it from the watchtower. Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I would check out. That would explain why I haven't seen it before. Or at least that I don't remember having seen it. I will say, fun fact about Fly: you can fly above the value. You just have to jump off a cliff and fly down, and that'll lock you into a fly without running into the problem of the height limit. The height limit only applies to flying up, not down. So if you're flying down, you can do it. So if you jump to a cliff that's well above the box that you can usually get to, you can basically either just jump off the ledge and go down, or you can cast the jump spell and then go down with the jump spell, and you'll be roughly jump height above whatever the highest surface you're able to reach is.
No match for me.
I think I figured that out during the previous run. But I might have figured that out before that. I most heavily used it, I think, in the water elemental area. Trying to save the fish. That's like the thing that I got the most utility out of it. Because you could go so high up that you were outside of their...
Now,
Oh, fuck me! This is gonna make them all respawn to me, isn't it? God damn it. I have to reload. I hate the positioning on that door. That door is such a pain in the ass. Alright, we have to restart. Thumbs the brakes. We're putting it on double speed. Well, I guess I could have just eaten the extra experience. Considering that we've been doing maps, it's actually not that big of a concern. I just don't like to be rewarded for fucking up. Well, sometimes I like to be rewarded. This is a pretty good sign. There aren't any bosses in here, but we're able to pretty comfortably plow through the ones over here. Oh right, I should. I'm gonna not investigate the items that are on the ground. I'm gonna do that setup again. Okay. Is there one upstairs that I missed? No, right? Okay, so you're on the down area somewhere. I think I'm just gonna make my first save in here because we have a billion food to play with. We're not going to try to fight all of the other enemies as well as the specters at the same time, so we are going to have to deal with this swarm. Let's see. Nope, not the right one. Okay, well. The south side, I think, will be having to. I can actually just hit this, and then I'll come up into them. We're gonna actually just jump across here now. Ow! I don't know how many ghosts there are. The answer is way too many to stay here, so we're gonna get over here. We're gonna hop down, and those ghosts, I think, should all be up here now. And ready for action. So we can clear a bunch of these shades. Yeah, we're actually well above the power curve for this dungeon compared to where we were last time. Last time we came in here, this was a real struggle. And this time this is going to be, I think, fairly simple. We can handle quite a few enemies at a time. We need to make sure that we are giving Olin leeway to avoid insta-gibs. One of you needs to... Okay, there we go. At some point, the elementals are going to slip out. Okay. This is one of the stronger sides, I think. So, having cleared these out should massively reduce the overall damage coming my way, I think. Luckily, there's not a ton of true AoE damage coming in. Like, there's definitely some. But it's not out of control. If we can get this room cleared, we'll have one of these sides done immediately. Then, with this done, we'll have a position to fall back to, and we might even have a position to say that once we have cleared some of the ones downstairs. That was interesting. Because of the fact that we just have so much food to play with, I am actually just going to save this. Save this under danger. Open this. We are not going to identify the items that we're picking up. We will do that at the end of the dungeon. There we go. Okay. So here's something there. Earth elemental here. Clear this out. So that's clear. The two-head sword there. Okay. Now we just hit the south side again. Is that this one? I believe so. Yes. Okay, that is a boss, so we have to be a bit careful here. What kind of boss are you? Reflecting. Okay. So reflecting will do some extra damage. We do have, you know, a bunch of fire damage weapons on, but it's not going to do a ton of damage from its reflection. Predominantly, we just have to worry about shrapnels and dragon breaths and stuff like that. What level is everything in here? This is level 191. So yeah, we're getting to the point where the higher level stuff is still fairly low level compared to us. We should be able to clear this out. We got the summoner. Burn through all the weak ones. Easy.
Let's leave it behind.
Oh, I accidentally identified that, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So we're clearing this one out. Clear this one out. Yeah, obviously this was a lot more dangerous when we couldn't save it all until we had cleared most of the dungeon. Whoa, that's a swapper. Ooh, swappers be dangerous. Swappers are dangerous. Okay, that one has swapped itself with something, so it's probably out of the fight temporarily. We can clear the rest of these. If you're struggling with a swapper, it's always good to remember that when they get hit, they will periodically swap with a random enemy within a specific range of themselves. And usually that will actually swap them out of the fight entirely. Not necessarily usually, but often you can get them to swap completely out of the fight. And then just clear out each pack one by one until you run out of enemies in the packs. Okay, we are at 62% clearance.
There's no room.
There's no room.
My pack's full.
Okay. We're running low on space, actually. We have 3 people's inventories full now, I think. Or nearly full. Alright, so we cleared this. Go to the next one. And we should be... Oh, I forgot to loot a couple of them. That's good. Grab the body. I need this to go at some point, please. Thank you. Jesus. It just has so much HP. There's so much HP. shared life's great and all, but I need to also be stealing the life.
Yes.
Okay.
My pack's full.
Okie dokie.
Sorry. There's no room, sorry. It won't fit.
I
Seriously?
can't carry anymore.
We are damn near completely full on this set of inventories. Let's swap. Oh, I didn't. What's the spooky noise? Huh. Where's this inventory here? Well, I had a good time on Friday, and if you think you went too far with the discussion, then that's that's your right. Okay. You know, over the weekend I didn't end up checking whether the term Catholic predates the term Christian, and where the etymology of the term Catholic comes from. So I'll have to do a research, deep dive in that at some point. I gotta do a deep dive in that because I'm very curious. I gotta get my my categorization system correct. That's true, but I mean, people can talk about whatever they want to talk about. Well, that's not true. People can talk about the things that I think they should be allowed to talk about. I'm actually very authoritarian. Let's be clear, when it comes to chat, it's my chat, and people will talk about the things that I want them to. That's actually not true. People won't talk about things that I want them to, but people won't talk about the things that I don't want them talking about. Let's see here. It is actually interesting because I am fairly free with the banhammer, but I almost never have to bring it out, despite the fact that I don't actually I don't feel the need to pretend that this is anything other than my chat, and if I just don't like a thing, then I'm just gonna I'm just going to make it gone, right? That's, to me, it is kind of interesting because it is one of those things where it's I'm in theory very, ban prone, but in practice, because of the fact that like, I feel pretty comfortable talking about most subjects. And I don't really feel like people overstep too many boundaries that much. I honestly don't have a huge problem with it. Like, main character syndrome is something that can be an issue with chat in, like, in a general conceptual thing. But considering that I'm so prone to flights of just completely random, like I kind of have discussions, but I'm mostly monologuing, if that makes sense. Like, that's just my natural communication style, is to be very monologue heavy. So, given how tangentially related things that I'm going to end up saying are to the things that individual people in chat are saying, it's mostly like it's mostly just pulling topics of discussion, right? And yeah, I'll respond to, like, a few things that people say, but, like, just because I go off on a 3-hour tangent about, like, which Christian religions are heresies of which other ones, and whether, like, Catholicism counts and whether Protestants count as Catholics and shit like that. Like, if I'm going off on that kind of a tangent, that's not because anybody in chat made me go off on that tangent. That's because I'm me. That's very me-coded behavior. So, I legitimately don't think that my particular conversational style lends itself too badly to, like, lends itself strongly to the idea of, like, main character syndrome, because of the fact that, like, I feel perfectly comfortable just not responding to things if I don't have anything to say about them. And I also feel like I'm mostly just monologuing, whether I'm addressing a person directly or not. I'm mostly monologuing.
It's useless.
So
Powerful this
I don't
is.
have a
Powerful this is.
I don't have a particular issue with that. Because I've gone on all sorts of random tirades recently. I've gone on my anti-capitalist tirade. I've gone on... I say my... as if there was only the one. I've gone on so many anti-capitalist tirades recently. How many different
This
streams...
is nice. Let's leave it behind.
Whoever's in chat, can anyone think of how many individual streams have had me go on a tirade about how game companies,
It's worthless.
like New World Computing, get destroyed by venture capitalism? Right? Like, how many times has that specific topic been a thing that I've talked about in stream in the last 2 weeks? Maybe not in the last 2 weeks. Time is fake. I don't know. But however long it's been, common. I don't think anybody really can take the blame for that than me. Night is dark and full of terrors! Is it though? I think this event already ticked, and it's not going to make me full of terrors anymore. So sad. But I do understand what you mean by, it is entirely reasonable to want to adjust your behavior based off of people thinking that, oh no, it's chat's fault that Arctole got set off on another rant about some obscure, political topic. Do we want to hear about the schism? No. So it's chat's fault for bringing up the schism. No one in chat brought up the schism. That was all me, right? So, like, I can understand, like, socially being like, yes, maybe I don't want to be seen as the progenitor of Arctola's madness. Alright, we are going to go back to my Magic 8. So we can basically just pop over to Regna and get that done. I will also say that chat seems perfectly fine with all the random tirades that I've gone on. We had the one person who was complaining about it yesterday, or not yesterday, but on Friday. But the viewership has been very high the last couple of weeks with me just randomly, talking about, the downfall of the descent of capitalism into fascism has been a regular component of the streams the last couple of weeks. And, there's been quite a lot of people in here hanging out. It's been, good. It's been a good time. So viewership hasn't exactly been down. As a result of... Because, how many people are... You could watch anyone play this game that nobody's playing. People come to me because they want the deep cuts. This is the anti-capitalist Light Magic stream. Let's see. No, I think you're picking up on a vibe that is like the concerns that you have are normal concerns to have.
Won't open.
They're realistic concerns to have, and
It's locked.
I am attempting to reassure you that from my perspective, it's my responsibility to determine what I talk about,
It appears
Right?
to be locked.
It's locked.
and I take that responsibility seriously.
Locked. We might need a key.
It's locked.
It's locked.
When I actually feel like I am going, because I think I found a key for this one, right?
Locked. We might need a key.
This is not how I should be doing this.
It's
This
locked.
is the way to do this.
It's locked.
I think I might have already checked all of yours.
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
I don't talk about religion that much,
The door secure.
honestly. Well, as far as I can
The
tell, I
door
don't talk about
secure.
religion that much. But I don't shy
The door
away from the
secure.
topic, right?
The door
Like,
secure.
it's not like it's, which I guess is something that
It appears to be. We might need a key.
I guess I kind of just casually talk about religion in a way that
It appears
probably most people don't.
locked.
Like, there's this this element to it of like, as someone who is a I would say formerly militant atheist and currently just chill, for lack of a better word. I think that there's an element of it where it's it's very easy for me to just talk about religion, and since I don't have to deal with religion on a day-to-day basis, it is very easy for me to just talk about it in the same way that I would talk about the canon of a video game or something. So I guess maybe I do talk about it more than I realize, because it's not like I pay that close of attention to when I do. Let's see. So this is the Dragon Cave. Did I pass the entrance? I think I passed the entrance. Unless it's down here. Doesn't make sense. those pirates dropped it. It's the one that we came in from. Because if I recall correctly, this entrance over here we can't enter through. I think that I made the same mistake last time. That I think that the entrance is actually south of this. It's like down the coast to the south. So we're gonna go around. If it's all the way down here, that's pretty far. What are we doing? We got... I don't know where the entrance is. Am I supposed to go into one of these? I checked every inventory. I thought I had picked up a key. Does anyone in here remember how the hell I'm supposed to get over here? I'm not supposed to just walk in the front door, am I? Is it just the front door? I don't think it is. I think the front door you can't get. This is the place that you come out from. Let's check. Let's double speed it. We also have all this ore that we need to turn in at some point.
Locked. We might need
It's locked.
Okay.
It's locked.
So... Oh right, I guess I should probably sell stuff before I go into it. Do I just go into it? I don't feel like I do. I thought there was an entrance. I thought I just needed a key, and I feel like I picked up a key, but I checked all of my inventories just now. Like, I just methodically went through 1 through 5 on each party member, so in theory, if I had it in my inventory, I feel like it would have worked. I'm pretty sure that this is like a dead end, so I can't get through it. Maybe. Let me confirm. I'm just gonna walk through you. Get down here. This is locked. Okay, this is a door that we cannot get through. There's no way through there, I think. You have to go through the other way. So, that being the case, am I just blind? Let's see. I don't know what I need to do. I thought there was an entrance. I'm probably thinking of a different game entirely. And is it on this island, maybe? Are there 2 little holes in each? Like, I don't have to go into this one, do I?
Looks like this one's alright.
Alright, well, we'll go in here and see what happens. What happens might be us dying.
That hurt.
Yeah, we seem to be in okay shape here. There's not a lot of AoEs in play. The Archmages will be able to use fire AoEs, so we do have to be a little concerned about those. But generally speaking, we should be in fairly strong position. Now that we've gotten the ability to actually cast spells with Sortira, we should be in pretty good position to plow through some stuff. I want to get a lot of progress today, if possible. Oh, is there a leech? Sorry. Okay, if I send this down, can I get some of them to come up here? Because I think this is a call button, right? That's interesting. I think I could raise a couple on this. Okay. You got a couple? We did not catch any fish in this jar. Okay. Alright, let's just go down again. We'll just keep smacking these things. Oh, the leech isn't here. Okay, that's clutch. So if the leech isn't here, we can get some good progress into clearance here before the leech shows up. Where is the leech? I just hit. Where the fuck are you? Are you on the roof? Did you fall down? I think the leech fell. Okay, that's funny, actually. That's interesting. Some of these are in the green. Let's see. Yeah, parasociality is definitely like one of the like leading like I would venture to say like mental health considerations of our time. Though I don't even know if I'd call it mental health. I think it's more of like one of the key like social questions of our time of like what is. So parasociality is, on a fundamental level, the difference in investment between different people in a relationship, right? So two people are in a relationship, and that just means anything, right? Like they're aware of each other, there's a relationship there. The awareness that people have of the other person's existence, that in and of itself is a relationship. So parasociality is interesting because of the fact that, like, it's always there, and it's often used as a buzzword these days to describe kind of like, obviously, like the relationship between a streamer who's sort of vaguely aware that chat exists and the people in chat who are seeing, like, not only am I talking verbally, but I'm also emoting, right? Like, you're seeing me all the time, including when I'm not directly engaging with an individual person. Wait, do I? No, I thought I had the... I've put the wrong gauntlets. I'm such a dope. Wow, okay, that explains a lot. I can't believe I got this far without realizing... Wait, but no, I have this. So... Did my ring get broken? Is that what happened? Because I had a lot of HP, but I was dead. Right? Was that a death proc? I feel like that was a death proc. Did these break stuff? Okay, this is concerning. There's so many in this pack. This is a concern. I basically need to just reduce... God damn it. Oh, so anyway, so parasociality is interesting because of the fact that the
Looks like this one's all right.
no, I'm not taking a pack that small. I don't care. No. There.
Looks like this one's all right.
So the anytime you have a relationship with another person, it is a parasocial relationship to some degree, right? Because you are not them, you are not in their headspace, and the relationship that you have with them is different than the relationship they have with you. You do different things for them than they do for you. No relationship is intrinsically completely equal. And then this is exemplified in relationships with people like celebrities, because celebrities do not know that you exist, right? But you are often intimately familiar with the inner workings of how, like, a celebrity does their thing. This is particularly true for certain types of celebrities. So, like, if you were to think of your, like, the more influencer style celebrities, so people like on Dropout are a good example. People on Dropout are a good example of this. My life is pain. I need to do something to adjust this character's durability. This is a problem. Do I have...
Junk.
Oops. Do I...
This is
Oh, did I not? Okay, this is a 6% increase to durability if I equip it with this. So let's do it. Is that going to be enough? Wait, why was my... Okay, I need to harden this, because this is actually giving me max HP. Wasn't I only 12k in the negative? Oh, I'm 12k in the negative, but I'm losing my buffs when this character goes down. I'm losing buffs to give me HP? Is that what's happening? Are you giving me Earth? Are you Earth? Let's see. You're Earth, okay. I think I understand what's happening. Let's see.
Let's go in.
Right, so the thing is that for an online celebrity, which is to say not a Twitch streamer, that's a different thing, that's a different classification that I'll get into later. But for an online celebrity, parasociality is particularly strong innately, because most online celebrities are personality-driven celebrities. There's a very strong emphasis on their personality and their personhood in their celebrity status and why they are a celebrity in the first place online, in a way that isn't really the case for politicians and like actors and things like that, right? So, like, people who play Dungeons and Dragons on the internet, as an example, are very prone to people developing very, very parasocial relationships because they do not know that you exist, and they put a lot of themselves into their work, right? A lot of them is visible to you. You don't see, but they don't see any of you because they're not talking to you, right? So, like, that's like the maximal degree of parasociality. And then you have this weird space with live streamers, where live streamers have the personal visibility on par with, and probably, I'd say, substantially higher than the degree of visibility into someone's, like, person that you get from, like, people who are personality performers generally. Because of the fact that it's live, there's no edit, right? You don't have the edit to more effectively craft a persona out of. So a live streamer is generally more visible to the audience than with someone else. But, and this is key, the reverse is also kind of true. So, like, if you have sort of like a nameless crowd in your audience, which to a degree happens to everyone, right? I will tell you, there have been several conversations that I've had with people who are regulars, who are in here a lot, and whose names I remember. Because of the fact that I'm just talking to a name in chat, in a week, I might forget which name in chat it was that I was having that particular conversation with. Like, not for all things, but it's not a thing that doesn't happen, right? It's easy for someone to lose track of that kind of stuff. There's a degree of parasociality involved with that. There's a degree of parasociality involved with one person's in chat, well, one person's in text, and one person is, like, on video. Those are two different mediums. One of them is more intimate than the other. The visuals make the video media. Like, it's a different level, right? So there is a degree of that parasociality, but at the same time, there's also just more sociality. When a live streamer is interacting with chat, when they're interacting with chat as a group, that's a parasocial dynamic, right? But if I'm having a conversation with a particular person in chat, I am directly engaging. I am directly taking my mind and engaging with the mind of another person in a social way, right? And there's parasocial elements to it. But the thing that I think is interesting is that there's an element of these platforms where, like, it's easy to go stuff like, oh, well, that's parasocial and therefore it's toxic or whatever. It's like, parasociality is not inherently toxic. Parasociality is every relationship that you ever have, right? There's not an equal dynamic in any relationship. Every relationship, two parties have two different relationships with each other, right? And so I don't necessarily take the standard route in thinking about like parasocial relationships because of the fact that it's like I feel like there's a degree of like I feel like it's a bit of a boogeyman to some degree. It's an important thing to keep in mind, but it's an important thing to keep in mind within like within the context that it's not like a binary, right? And like if somebody is interacting with me, right, there is an element of people can lean in too much on the idea that parasocial relationships aren't real, which is not the case. Parasocial relationships are real. There's just a power differential, right? There's a difference between
There's no room.
Not just power. There's a fundamental difference in the scope of the relationship, and it's meaningful to know about it, be aware of. But it's not. I don't think it's useful to think of it like as being. I think that sometimes it gets overstated. Is basically all I'm saying there. Is that it's like there because a lot of the stuff that people talk about with like parasociality reminds me of boomers who did not understand that when I was talking to my friends while I was playing EverQuest, that the people that were on the other side of the keyboard are people. That they're like actual people. And I feel like even when the people on the other side of the keyboard were my friends from school, there was an element of incomprehension of the idea that I might have a social responsibility to a person because I'm doing a thing with them And just because you look at me and see me being alone in the room doesn't mean I'm actually alone in the room. I'm, like, very socially engaged right now. Right? So, there's a... So anyway, so the parasocial, like, discourse reminds me of that to a degree, where it's like, there is a point to be made about how parasocial relationships and online relationships are not the same as like meat space relationships. There are sizable. It is very valuable to have friends in meat space. If you can have friends in meat space, that's good. It's valuable. Seeing people's faces, seeing smiling faces of people that you care about in person is good if you can get that, right? And some people who have access to that, I don't think take advantage of the fact that they have access to that. Because they feel like, oh, well, I don't need that because we could just... It's more convenient to just play Dota from our respective locations. And it's like, it might be more convenient, but it's not actually better for you. It is good, actually, to interact with other humans face-to-face if you have good people that you can interact with face-to-face. This, by the way, is what I mean about chat giving me a prompt and then me just going off. Just going fully off the rails into whatever nonsense I'm gonna say. You know, chat doesn't own me. I'm gonna say my piece. It's vaguely associated. It's vaguely associated to what we were talking about, and that's good enough for me.
My pack's full.
Okay, so this dungeon is cleared. This leads into another dungeon. Do we want to do the thing first? Yes, I think that we're gonna go back upstairs. We're gonna basically just... I guess I can just TP back to Regna. So we're gonna TP back to Regna. I don't know why there's these random mercs in here who aren't hostile. I feel like they're supposed to be hostile, right? And we can save the game.
We could sell it.
Yeah, like, parasociality is just a normal component of human existence that we kind of have to deal with.
Who needs it? Who needs it?
It's like, if you've ever had a friend that you had a crush on who did not have a crush on you, that's like the epitome of the parasocial relationship. And it's a matter of figuring out how to manage that parasociality, not like avoid it, right? Like, if you have a crush on someone, be an adult. Like, seriously, like, okay, great, you have a crush on someone. That's great. You don't need to do anything about that. You can just be an adult and be a good friend and do all the things. And recognize that you are going to be biased towards certain kinds of behaviors. Some of which are fine, and some of which, you know, you should keep an eye on, right? And I think that... I think that online stuff is similar. It is similar to the dynamic of just having a crush on somebody. Is if you have like a parasocial relationship with a figure, which is to say, I mean, you kind of always do. You should always be aware of this stuff, but it's more severe in a crush situation or a like a streamer or a, you know, any sort of like content creator, right? That you're going to have this degree of parasociality, and just be an adult about it and recognize, okay, I am potentially going to have some biases toward, you know, toward behaviors that are not necessarily
Let's leave it
appropriate,
behind.
right?
This is nice.
Because, you know,
Let's leave it
I'm not
behind.
friends with this person, or I'm not dating this person, right? Like, the relationship that's happening on my end is different from the relationship that's happening on their end. And, you know, it's important to respect that. But it's also important to not just, like, flee from any relationship where there's parasocial elements of it, right? So that's.
There's
And
no
I think
room.
that is much more of a, you know, people generally are not fleeing from
We can outfit
live streams because of the parasocial relationship with, like, the streamers. That's the whole thing. So, like, obviously that isn't a thing in that context. I do think, though, there's a tendency for people to, rather than learn how to deal with an interpersonal relationship that's not on even footing, rather than learning to deal with that in an appropriate manner, there's a tendency to, like,
Our axes are the best.
dodge it, either by, like, you know, kind of just like blowing off the relationship that actually is there,
Our axes are the
or
best.
by, like, pretending that the parasociality isn't having an effect, right? Like, I think that's an element there that, you know, you see quite a bit of, like, there's, like, a lot of, like, oh, well, you know, sure, I have a crush on this person, but I don't let that influence my decision making. And it's like, okay, if you think you don't let that influence your decision making, then you're letting it influence your decision making massively, because you've managed to convince yourself that having a crush on someone doesn't impact your behavior, which is a crazy position to take.
Business was a pleasure.
Like, that is a
Our axes
that
are
is
the
a
best.
wild position from my perspective. Yeah. Huh? Is this a joke about straight people, or are you saying that you don't have a crush on me? I wasn't suggesting that you have a crush on me. I was talking
Our
about
axes are the best.
the dynamic between parasociality between a streamer and like the viewer is similar mechanically to the relationship between a person who is a person who has a crush on someone who doesn't have a crush on them.
Business
That's the dynamic, right? It's a similar style of dynamic, and this people, I think, for the most part, have a decent idea of how to handle the streamer dynamic, but people are less savvy when it comes to being normal. Let's be clear. Straight men have a problem with being normal around women, especially women that they have a crush on. And part of the reason is because of the fact that they convince themselves that it doesn't have an effect on their behavior and they're behaving perfectly normally. Because once you've convinced yourself of that, it's like, oh man, once you've convinced yourself that the parasocial element of your, you know, crush in this case doesn't influence things, that's the point where it's like, oh man, well, you know, you're going to start doing some crazy shit and you're going to think it's normal. You're not even going to realize, because of the fact that it's like, anyway, it's interesting. Yeah, it has literally, again, I will just go on random tirades about whatever random thing comes to mind. I have a bugbear, and I will give me the casus belli to talk about any topic. Talk about something vaguely related, 100%. I will 100% go right into it. Let's see here.
We could sell it.
Let's see.
We could sell it.
Our axes are the best.
'Cause yeah, people I think have not. I think it's less of a problem. I feel like with I think the parasociality with
Can outfit you.
with streamers and stuff like that. Honestly, I think that people have a better head for how to handle that kind of stuff. I sold Galahad. Than the
It's
oh
worthless.
god, how
Our axes are the
whoops.
best.
See, this is why I do my selling the way that I do. because if I don't, everything goes to shit. Okay. I have so many rings. I have so many rings. Do I get rid of some of the rings? Oh my god, this is amazing. Air resistance. Okay. Do that.
I can't fit anymore.
Our axes are the best.
But I also do think that the manner in which I communicate lends itself toward a greater degree of parasociality in some degrees, because of the fact that when I am talking, I'm usually on a soapbox, and I'm not paying that close of attention to who my
I
audience
can't
is.
fit anymore.
This is true both interpersonally in my normal life as well as everywhere else. I'm a very soapbox
Our
heavy
axes are the
person.
best.
I like my soapboxes. I'm comfy with them. Let's see. I mean, you don't need to feel bad. I'm not like even saying anything with the intent to be like targeting any specific person. Like, you have reminded me of a thing, and I have given my stump speech on the topic. It's like, it's very like, you know, oh, here's a thing. You know, if anyone finds it useful, this is my perspective on this.
Business.
That's the gist. Let's see. Let's see.
It's worthless. We could sell it.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
There's no room.
Okay, so save this.
Rarities from across the land. Business was a pleasure.
Our axes are the best.
Yeah, because of my tendency to do stump speeches and not actually get like actually in the weeds of it socially, I think that is part of the reason why like I really don't have to worry as much about like what? What? I am so confused as to what is happening. There's such a severe disconnect between my understanding of what's happening. Hey, Drakathos. Alright. We are not repeating dungeons over and over. We are doing new dungeons. And we're not repeating the inventory boss over and over again. We're doing a new inventory boss each time. I say as we're about to literally re-enter a dungeon. But the dungeon's already cleared. We won't be fighting until we get into the next dungeon. Wait. Am I? No. Let's grab some food, just make our lives easier for now. We'll eventually have to get used to having less food available when we are jumping into the higher difficulty setting eventually. But I think for now, I'm fairly content to just plow ahead with the ability to save 6 times. While in range of the enemies. Which is a little bit much. Okay, this is not the word. Let's get the crap out of me. We already looked in those. Is there a chest in here? I think so. I feel like there should be, but I don't think there was. Well, you know, that's your prerogative, I suppose. Alright, we are heading over to get into the next tunnel. There is a chest here that I didn't loot. And we've already cleared the dungeon, so we'll just... I guess we don't need to. You know what, let's treat this chest as if it's part of the next chest. Move on. Confusion is the natural state of our toys, chat.
Mine.
Is but a scratch.
Oh, Jesus. This is what happens when you load into a new area and you start reading chat about trees.
Come on, let's...
Okay, we should probably end this our way in. I think that this entryway is going to be too much of a problem on its own. I believe the last time we did Invis-In,
Looks like this one's all right.
and yeah, that's a good thing to do because we have a lot of enemies right off the bat. I'm gonna try to get to one of the end points here, if possible. Ooh, that's gonna make things a little rougher. Okay, made it through that. This is a really nice, tight corner. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, we're now at an exit. And I think this might even be the place that we came last time. Okay, so taking out the first one. Before we retreat to our final escape point, we are going to move forward in to sort of like loosen up the pack a bit. And we might not even need to go all the way back there, honestly. We might be okay here. I probably should have saved while we were visiting. Okay.
Tis but a scratch.
Oh, we're already looking as far down as we can. That's fine. Okay, we should be able to start clearing our way through this. And as long as we don't get too many at the same time, we should be fine. The only concern is that boss is going to get pulled. Because that boss can probably one-shot hold him. We're going to clear that one out. And we're actually going to run all the way into this corner, with the hope being that whatever's coming toward us is not that. This is exactly what we didn't want to be dealing with right now. So, that's a concern. I need to think about how I'm going to handle this, because that's a summoner. So if we allow a summoner to beat on us at all, we're going to be in trouble. Luckily, as long as we're in a dungeon, they don't have any ranged attacks on this pack. I wanted to get a save off. I wasn't able to do so. Can I get around this corner and have you stay? Nope. But hey, it didn't kill on the first hit. Okay, this is a concern. Ooh, whoa, we have massively fucked up here. I'm gonna try to get some of these locked in over here. Archmage. Archmage is dead. The summoner is here, so we're gonna go back around. The hope is that we can lock some of these in around one of these corners and fight them slowly. Clear these. I think almost all of those are like the ads generated by the boss, question mark. Could be wrong. I don't know how much I buy that. It sounded like 4 at least. So we have a Brigadier here. I think the Brigadiers have the potential to one-shot. Alright. Okay, let's get around this one now. Unfortunately, now that the bandit is in play... Okay, the bandit's no longer in play. So the goal here is just to get around. And shit, we killed the wrong one. I thought that was the boss there. Boss is almost dead. We're gonna try to burn it. We burned the boss. Okay, we're fine. We're in the clear. So with the boss dead, notice that I'm clicking these and not hitting spacebar repeatedly while I'm standing right next to an entryway. Okay. I think we can get into the green around here if we clear out this pack. Okay, got that, got that. Move over to you, get you done.
No match for me.
Can we get in the green? We can. Okay, we are set. So we can save this under dungeon. We've got a quarter of this dungeon cleared, and now we can just finish up the rest of it. I don't think it'll be too difficult. I suspect that the bosses are the only really problem.
That wasn't so bad.
Whoa! Jeez! Okay, I pulled an entire pack that I didn't realize I pulled. Well, that's a concern. Luckily, I am a fucking god at this game? Question mark? Hello? Hello? What? Oh, that's a leech. Ooh, well, am I god enough to handle a leech? That's the question. That's the real question. The answer is no. No. Okay. Damn it. Man, we made that escape and then we died anyway. That's so sad. Oh, it was such a perfect escape, too. Ah, that's so sad. Just right over their fucking heads. Just so good. I wasn't paying enough attention to the right. And pulled a bunch of shit that was already in play. Just didn't notice it. Okay. This has the potential to one-shot Olrin, but I don't know if it has the potential to one-shot Olrin from full HP or not. So, on the plus side, as long as it is very rarely hitting me, we don't have too much to be overly concerned about. We're also staying pretty far away from it for the most part, so... we're not, like, taking huge amounts of leech damage. Okay, we're just going to rotate around it now. We're taking a couple of hits in the transition, and then once we've done that, we should be able to kite it all the way back if we don't fuck up like that. Please don't keep fucking up. I need to kite correctly. I kited through this entire corridor correctly, and now I'm fucking it up on the return trip so badly. Okay. Whew. That was not how you're meant to do that, but that's okay. Give me a second.
No match for me.
Nothing critical. Okay, 30%. Let's go. So we've killed 2 bosses. We probably don't have that many more bosses. But given how many bosses we fought, and the fact that we're at 30% already, though I guess one of them was a summoner, which adds a bunch to our percentage. I'm gonna start clearing these
Got it.
with the assumption that none of these are gonna be a boss. They're gonna come in straight up. Whoa! Excuse me. Could you not, in fact, make me die? Ooh. Man, these pseudo melee kites, real impactful, very useful here. With how fast my attack speed is now, ooh boy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more with the Elementalists.
Yes.
I haven't looked much at its mechanics.
Ow!
Okay, got a dagger.
Tis but a scratch.
Got some metal mages. Whew. Okay. think we need to kite these yet. We might need to with that one. I thought that was up there. I know colors. Okay, clear this out. And once we've cleared out this passage, we should be able to
That was
move on.
We got it.
Yeah, I think I picked up Stone Skin at normal level in when I was doing my puttering on it. Alright. So, the party's coming into its own quite nicely. We are actually way closer to having a full, like a full set of, the items that I'm looking for. We have 3 rings that are the status immunity rings that we want. We have the ability to create the elemental resist increase legendary whenever we want. We have
Tis but a scratch. Tis but a scratch.
we have to we have to at some point make a few copies of these axes to start getting the other elements in play.
Yes.
Okay. I think I might want to actually. Oh right, I have to adjust it to what I do the other. We want 2 characters to have suboptimal setups for. No, for the sake of 1 character, I don't think that is what I want. So, that being the case, I think we're gonna make our next axe. Oh right, this is a boss. I need to get the fuck away from it for right now because we're not fighting this boss along with everything else while we are this far away from our last save. We should be able to just backtrack a bit and save. Oh wow. That's pretty wild. See the dungeon. God, I need to do more exercise today. Ugh, and I need to eat more. Unfortunately, I was thinking when I went off my diet that I would have to be concerned with putting on weight. Unfortunately, it's the opposite. Now that I'm not rigidly controlling my diet, I'm slightly losing weight, I think, over time. Like, very, very slowly. It's not like a huge loss. But I have a suspicion that I'm still on a downward trend. It's just very, very slight one. Which is not what I want. I need to put the weight back on. Let's see. Yeah, I suggest chilling. The thing that I think that you're unsettling yourself more than anyone else. I think that that's basically what's happening. So just chill, hang out for a while. It's all good. One of the things that social anxiety will do which is incredibly counterproductive, is that with social anxiety, it's often the case where someone will... we all say awkward things that, you know... Like, it's just as over the course of normal conversation, everybody's saying some weird, awkward shit sometimes. And if you have social anxiety, there's a tendency to fixate on it, and then feel like, oh, I need to apologize for this because everyone else is thinking about it. And nobody else is thinking about it. The thing they're thinking about is the fact that you keep apologizing. That's the great battle that us social anxiety havers have to battle with. Is our most off-putting characteristic is the fact that we apologize for things that other people have forgotten we even said. Because nobody else gives a shit. You know, like, when... That's the dynamic.
Tis but a scratch.
Let's see. Let's see. We need to track down the rest of the stragglers, which might be a little slow. We'll just pop into double speed for a bit. And move on with our lives. Ooh.
Ow!
That wasn't so bad.
Tis but a scratch.
Got him!
No match for me.
Got him!
Okay. Oh shit. Nope. Okay, what kind of boss are you? Oh, it's another summoner? Are you fucking kidding me? How dare you? We're probably dead. I'm gonna see if I can actually clear this out. Probably not, would be my guess.
Tis but
But
a
we might be able
scratch.
to. If we can clear out the other top tiers, we might have an okay shot. I unfortunately botched that transition badly. I think we might be okay here. We could get burst down here, but we've actually gotten through the worst of it. So
No match for me.
we're on the correct wall, so we should have a lot of wiggle room. Shit, that's bad for me. I don't like them getting stunned like that. Okay. I think it's pretty low. We're only hitting for 30 grand with Severia, so it is definitely low. It's got... Whew! What a great final battle of the dungeon. It's a fight that's identical to one that we've fought in the past. We get to practice, and we have like a nice long kite to demonstrate that we have learned the lessons. It's like it was designed that way, right? It's like it was designed. It wasn't, because it's just random, but it's like it's designed. For a teachable moment. Okay, which of these exits is the right one? Is the real question. I'm guessing not the bottom one. It should be in the north somewhere. So let's go out the west passage, because it should be the westernmost exit. Very nice. Are we staying here though? No, we need to go back to my Magic 7. Oh wait, we can go to Evanmorn Island now. We can finally get Grand Mastery. Holy shit. Real? That's real. We can actually do that. Holy shit. Okay. So we're going to put a beacon down here. Oh my god, we can get to Evanmorn Island? Oh, it's so good. Okay, let's just pop over to Castle Harmondale. And then from Castle Harmondale, I guess we're gonna TP to... Can I get there from Arathia? I think I can get there from Arathia. I'm not positive, but I think I can. I think I can get there from somewhere that I can teleport to.
Powerful this is.
We got another legendary chain. Increases melee damage by 5% for each enemy in the nearbys. Okay. Okay. I'll take it.
John,
Interesting. Interesting. We're going to have to pull that effect off of this chain, I think. Because it's chain. Let's go, though. Okay. Nice. We're getting so many legendaries now. Just think how many legendaries we're gonna get on the what is it called? The higher difficulty.
Let's
Not
leave it
insane.
behind.
Is it insane?
Let's leave it behind.
It might be insane.
Let's leave
Whatever
it
the
behind.
difficulty setting is. We got another fucking legendary sword. Okay. Probably not relevant to our interests, but that's fine.
This is nice.
What did we find? Was just okay. Very cool.
now this will do.
Disarm. Okay, we found 2 more legendaries? What is happening? Just call me Dream. It was Dream, right? Wait, did he also do some worse things than cheating at Minecraft? Don't call me Dream. I don't know if he did anything worse than cheating at Minecraft, actually. I think for a while that was the thing he was most known for. I don't know if that's true
I
anymore.
can't carry anymore.
I think I watched like a math video about it. Like there was some math YouTuber that I was looking at. I guess it could have just been the game theory. Was it a game theory? Was there a game theory on that? I think there might have been. That's probably what I saw. Because I used to watch game theory. Let's see. I don't watch game theory anymore because the theater kids cannot pretend that they are math nerds. Not in this house. In this house, theater kids need to stay in their lane.
Can I help you with anything?
Calling out all the theater kids. Stay in your lane, kids. I say that, and then like there's way too many fucking theater kids that we watch that are also the other kind of nerd. That's fine though.
Thanks. Come again.
I feel like for a long time I went into game theory expecting it to be similar to Mythbusters, if that makes any sense. So when like
Need a new weapon?
when they went into things with the way that they tend to go into things, it tended to be very cringe because of
Bang.
the fact that they weren't Mythbusters.
See anything you want?
Let's see. Okay, I don't hate that. For the character that has nothing. Let's do it. Okay, the character who keeps dying and costing me things by dying. King of Cringe. Who is that?
Welcome aboard!
There's got to be some
Well,
YouTuber
weigh
who
the
considered
anchor
to be the
and
King
set
of Cringe,
sail.
right? Do I watch anybody who's particularly cringe? It's tempting to think that there's got to be someone who's like the Markiplier of cringe, but Markiplier is not super cringe.
No match for me.
Maybe Wade, actually. Markiplier has a friend who's also a content creator. It's Lord Minion 777, and he's so consistently cringe that I think that he might be the king of cringe. So, Lord Minion 777, I'm calling you out. You're the king of cringe. Not in any objective sense, but just in as a content creator that I watch. I don't watch that many content creators that make me cringe regularly. So in a way, it could be considered a compliment, because it's like, oh yes, well, despite the fact that I am cringe, I'm still worth watching despite that, whereas most people who are regularly cringe, they don't watch. It's a good thing.
No match for me.
Maybe Stephen King, actually. No. The King of Cringe is definitely Stephen King. Stephen King is the King of Cringe. Not only is his name King, and so it is appropriate. Not only is that the case, but also, in addition to him being named King, he is so consistently wildly cringe in some of the stuff that he has written. Like, holy shit.
Yes!
That was so bad.
Stephen King runs into the issue
We've got
that you have to separate, like, the characters from the author. The characters are not the author, and Stephen King writes about a lot of racists. So, a lot of his characters are really racist, and that's not a good thing about them, that they're really racist. That's a bad thing about them. But so he's writing from the perspective of these characters who he, as the author, does not think that the racism that they have is a good thing. But also, he himself is also kind of racist. And it comes out in his writing in other ways. Like, it comes out in the narration in ways that are not tied to, like, a character's perspective, right? but I think the reason that he's the king of cringe specifically is because it's like the massive, like, shocking moments that just make you go, wait, you did what? Why would you do this? Why did you do the orgy scene? Like, why is that a thing that you did? Why did you feel the need to put this in this book? I am cringing through the floor right now because you decided to put this in the book. I am so confused. And I think that's the thing that makes him the king of cringe, is that, like, he'll write a book that's like a very cool and interesting horror movie, and then periodically he'll just add shit that's just like, but why though? Like, but why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? Yep, it's definitely City Ugh. Let's see. So, we're about to get GM Dodge, which is going to massively improve Kamanatan's durability. That's going to give us a lot. And the dynamic. Are you the master person? I think you're the master merchantman. Haha! I know these games. I know where the things are. I know where they be. I'm so cool. I'm lazy, so I'm not going to give a shit if the skeleton, or if the ghosts and the gargoyles kill each other. That's just not a thing I'm going to care about. Just so we're clear, there are portions of this run where I would care. This is not one of them. This ain't that portion of the run.
No match for me.
We're finally... It's so crazy, we're finally in Evanmorn Island. This was supposed to be one of the earliest places that we went to in the run. This was part of the initial... area rotation, the initial schedule. Right, like this was like, you know, okay, this is the fourth place that we go to in Might and Magic 7 or something crazy like that, depending on whether you count Emerald Island or not. So it's kind of wild to be actually here, getting our monk online finally. Let's see how big of a difference it makes. I don't know how huge a difference it's going to make, honestly. Because I don't know how big of a difference our unarmed skill is making at the moment. Well, seems slightly dangerous. A little bit dangerous. A little bit. Let's see. Got a skeleton lord. Skeleton lord is gonna go down. Holy shit, look at that, Kamanatan's so injured. How'd that happen? It's amazing. The other thing we need to do is we need to progress the Endless Arena at some point soon. We're getting really close to having a lot of our objectives completed. So that being said, I also do have a lot of, like, core gearing components that I do not have remotely finished. So there is that as well. We're missing out on some really important item slots right now, which is unfortunate. Okay, boost to accuracy and speed. Let's see, it's 1206. Fly over to the next island. We're just gonna dive all of these. We're gonna cast protection from magic. Does this prevent aging? Oh, this doesn't protect against aging. Okay, never mind. We're leaving meditation on, and we're just gonna, you know, deal with it. Ooh, there's a boss here. Okay, we're gonna get into this house. Try to burn through the tanky boss. So once we burn through the boss, to the rest. I'm just gonna chill here. Sit on double speed, plow through these. There is a boss in play. It's a swapper. Swapper, no swapper! Yeah, it's fine. I've never actually seen that show. I don't even remember which of those kids' shows it is. I don't even remember where I got it from. Who at what point made a joke about the line "swiper no swiping" from some kid's show that came out after I was no longer a kid and has thus never seen? That has led to me, every time I see a swapper swapping, I immediately have that line come into my head. I don't know. I don't know who made a joke about it, because it had to have been somebody making a joke about it at some point, because I have not seen the show. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's the Wild Thornberries or if it's Dora the Explorer. I think it's one of those two. I think it's Dora the Explorer or the Wild Thornberries, but I don't know which. Because I think they have a similar concept to them, right? But I don't know which one of them has, like, it's a monkey, I think. It's like a monkey sidekick. They might both have monkey sidekicks. I don't actually know. I feel like monkey sidekicks were very popular for quite a while. Okay, do we have perception on everybody? We do kind of have just perception built up on everybody, so we should be able to loot things like the trash heaps with anybody, I think. We can't loot the skull piles with Kumamoto. But we can loot trash heaps. No problem. Okay. So we have this, which we can tag. This is required for that quest, that druid quest that we have never completed. And save the game. We can plow over here. I guess we could just stand in between the two forces and try to prevent them from hitting each other. Oh, somebody's paralyzed. That's concerning. Okay. I don't want my regen person to be paralyzed. I don't really want anybody paralyzed, if I'm being honest. You are weak. You're also weak, aren't you? This is concerning. That weakness propagation is mildly concerning. Not gonna worry about it right now. Now we will. That's not the right spell. Nope, that's not it either. Where the hell is it? Whirlwind doesn't make a huge component of my DPS, so it's not hugely necessary to have this into this. Let's try to burn through some more of the gargoyles on the front line. I think generally, if I'm tagging an enemy, what do you think is easier to replace, a gargoyle or a ghost? A ghost is undead, so you'd think they'd be pretty easy to replace. Except for the fact that they're incorporeal undead. And incorporeal undead are kind of a weird dynamic, right? Where, like, can you rebuild a ghost? Like, if a ghost gets destroyed, can you conveniently resummon it? And can you rebuild a gargoyle easily? Because I think like a skeleton and something like a skeleton is real easy, right? Like if you deanimate a skeleton, I'll just reanimate that sucker, right? Bones are hard to destroy. Rock is like the kind of way that gargoyles are, being these sort of like pseudo-organic creatures.
I can't
I
carry
don't
it.
actually know. A gargoyle might be harder to replace. It kind of depends on whether they like are more of a construct or more of a creature. Because I feel like gargoyles lean more creature than construct, right? Like, there's a lean toward creature with gargoyles compared to other rock-type creatures. Like, a golem is more of a construct, and a gargoyle is more of a creature. Right? So, I'm curious which one would be harder to repair. Have a good time. Have a good time. We win! Skill points galore! And what are we gonna do? Okay, we haven't actually talked to the people that we came here to talk to. So maybe we should do that. Is this you here? I think this might be you. Okay, so let's take a look here. We have, let's put down a beacon here, because we don't necessarily need to do it immediately, but we might as well. So, we're sitting on 3907 out of 59 something, and we have 24,000. So, oh, and we can check the durability as well. So 29,000 went up to 32,000. Is that correct? 4,500 to 6,500. This is a 20% increase on the top end. I know that much. Okay, so you can learn dodging mastery. So you are at 174. You are now at 181. Not bad. That's not bad. And we might want to pump a little bit of this. We might want to get this up to 20 at some point because it's pretty cheap to do. It's just giving us a flat 6 armor class per point, which isn't like a ton of AC, but it's not bad to have extra AC. So I could probably do the math to figure out what the actual, value of that is technically, but I'm lazy and I'm not going to. So you are sitting on 204, 216, okay? So that's a 77.5% increase. 7.5% increase, I believe. And now we'll go to talk to the GM trainer to get both of those up. And with the GM training, we should be massively tankier on Commoniton whether it shows up or not. Because the dodge chance is going to be a fairly huge component to the thing. Okay, so GM dodge is here. So 216 to 239. Okay, and this also gives us 0.5% dodge chance per point. So we have a 5% dodge chance with our current level of thing right now. And if we put a single point into dodge, what does that look like on this? So 239. Holy shit! That's crazy high value for for a skill that's that underinvested. Holy shit! Once we get hands of the master, Commoniton's going to be absolutely ludicrous. That's amazing. Okay, we also need to get unarmed. So we're at 32. It's Master Spirit. And GM unarmed. So 34. So that is we went from 29k to 34k, which is a 1/6. We increased our DPS by about a 1/6, which is pretty solid boost in one little boost there. So it's 12:19. I do need to go AFK for a second. So now we come to the ultimate question yet again. I need to go AFK for a minute. I might need to go AFK for up to 15 minutes. We have 42 minutes left in stream. I think we're going to do our inventory management, and then we'll play it by ear from there. We'll see how it goes. We're going to delay a little bit, and then we'll go AFK, and we'll probably, when we go AFK rather than going AFK, we'll probably just end stream. So we're just going to delay and not
it's useless.
get things done at the appropriate time and do things slightly
We don't need
off schedule.
this.
That's fine.
Let's leave it behind.
Let's see here.
Let's leave it behind.
The no shine.
It's worthless. Who needs it? Junk.
Wait for it. Wait for
Who
it.
needs it?
I went through that whole area and didn't get one legendary? What is this RNG? The game's got it out for me. I was hoping I wouldn't find a legendary because I wanted to pull that. After we've gotten so crazy luck for the last, 2 streams in, what's dropped, I just wanted to have an excuse to, pull some bullshit like that. Bug report. After finding way too many legendaries for way too long, I didn't find a legendary killing, 15 skeletons. Please fix. Unplayable in current state. Fully unplayable. Let's see here. Alright, let's save it up.
Need a new weapon?
Okay.
See anything you want?
Sell you, sell you, sell you. Those gauntlets would apparently be really good for you. I'm realizing that my gauntlets are kind of garbage on everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Like I have like one good legendary and then I have a bunch of garbage. Oh right, no. You have the death and eradication immunity, so you're fine. You're fine. So this is arms master and endurance and stuff. It's fine or whatever. What do we want to do here? We have unarmed skill on this. We have unarmed on this. Unarmed and endurance is an interesting combination. I don't know that I need the endurance. But what do we want to do about this? You're doing pretty well for yourself. So Kamanatin is now caught up to Kortal in theoretically in theoretical damage, right? Like the on paper damage between the two is currently on par, which makes sense. Kamanatin has a pretty up-to-date weapon. Kortal is using garbage. Like, this is a level 89 X. That is horrifying. Why do I have a level 89 X? I've got to have something better than a level 89 X, right? Well, probably not now, because I sold everything, but... Are you better than a level 89 X? No, you're terrible. Okay. Anything... Oh, I didn't even identify these things.
It's worthless.
Okay.
It's worthless.
Just watch. We'll freaking have a legendary. Oh my god, a legend! We already got this.
We could sell it.
Let's see here.
It's worthless. We could sell it.
I just abandoned the bit immediately. Instantaneously abandoned the
Another
bit.
speller.
I like start the bit and I'm like, I'm way too lazy. We're abandoning this. We're just pulling out immediately. Alright, so we are holding on to that. And let's see, do we have something cool I'd like to do at the end here with rings? 2 unarmed rings. Man, I really need to get the Hands of the Master. I really hope I get the Hands of the Master at some point during this this run. If I don't get the Hands of the Master with my monk run, that's going to be very sad and unfortunate for us. Let's see here. I don't know how valuable it is to pump dodging for you. So you're at 181. I'm going to save. I guess I don't need to save. It's just one thing, but 182. It's not a terrible boost, actually. Right? Like, honestly, that's not that bad. For, like, considering how, physical mitigation is going to be a weak point that the party has generally. Once we get our resistance gear setups in place, and the fact that it's so cheap, I might get that to 10. We'll see. What I'll probably end up doing... Yeah, I will be Sag of the Master, that is true. I might even be Sag of the Master. I might be Sag of the Master. That might be what we go with. Okay. I guess I didn't need to move those. Those are
Need a new weapon?
And weapons in this inventory are safe to give.
Thanks. Come again.
Okay, we have 2 legendaries in this inventory, and we don't
anything
want
you
to
want?
sell the legendaries that we have in this inventory. So, this is not a legendary. You're not a legendary. You're not a legendary. You're not a legendary. You're not a legendary.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, next.
Need a new weapon?
Okay.
Thanks.
I think that next stream we might want to get rid of some of these rings. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this because it's very fast. We know that there's a limit on how long it can take. And is it Sunday? It is still Sunday because it takes a week. Ooh! Do we have time to get there, though? Do we have the time? It's almost 5. I think it's 6, actually, that it closes, so we're probably fine.
Need a coach?
We're heading to the arena.
Go!
We're going to do one endless arena battle before before we end. If we lose, then we lose, but we have to
That's
end.
all right.
Because I have to go AFK for a bit, and by the time I come back, it'll be finished stream. So them's the breaks. What level are you? 168. 168. Next stream, we might just be going all out arena for a while. These are very low level. We're also dealing energy damage, so it's convenient that a good portion of my party is very resistant to that. Sortira is currently very badly equipped. I need to, at some point, fix that. And but the issue that Sortira runs into, as someone that I need to equip, is the fact that her equipment as individual pieces are not as important as, like, the axes are for the Minotaurs, for instance. The axes are really important for the Minotaurs because each axe that I make is actually 2 weapons completed. And they are covering a very extreme deficit that those characters are going to have natively. So, that's having a lich summoning other liches is truly
No match for me.
Summoner's down. Luckily, we seem to be in very, very good position now. I wasn't even casting Shared Life or anything, so even Olrin wasn't really running into any trouble there. Oh, does the last one automatically... Okay, I was going to say, does the last one not go away automatically if you're... If I've already loaded the box? I wonder if I can reanimate this. Shit, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I was planning on having that be a surprise. As something that I was going to try out on the caster file. Don't pretend that didn't happen. None of you heard that. None of you heard that. And sometimes I just idly say shit and it's like, no, that was supposed to be a surprise. Yeah, sleep well, Ember Witcher. You could answer that. And that's part of the reason that I don't want to say it. It's because people know the answer. And also because I like the idea of people not even knowing it's a question until we get it. I really like surprises. I guess part of that's just because I really like lies. Like, I find, like, I find, like, concocting narratives and stuff like that very fun, right? Like, just bullshitting is a very fun thing for me. Shocking as, like, an author that I would enjoy crafting narratives. Who would have thought? But, like, one of the things that I really enjoy while I'm streaming is thinking of a thing and then not saying anything to chat about it and then just acting on it. And, like, seeing, you know, what happens. There's not, like, a ton of opportunities to do it, but every time I'm able to do it, it just makes me happy. Or I can just be like, oh, okay, I'll hold that in my back pocket and then just pull it out randomly. It's just very delightful. Oh, shit. We got a boss. This boss. Probably might be a strong one, actually. We got hit pretty hard. I think we're fine. These are not very high level. So we should be golden here. I think we got this. Oh.
I don't know it.
No longer a viable target, huh? That actually might be good for me, honestly. Nailed it. And nailed it. Alright. Mission successful. That's 100%. Level 31 is complete. So we can pop back to Ravenshore. Let's see. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do with the caster run other than knowing that it's going to be shenaniganry of the highest order.
Let's leave it behind.
This is perfect.
Like, it is very much me just kind of letting loose and just not putting any rules in place to a large degree. So, like, there might be rules on, like, the routing and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's just going to be, like, fully letting loose and doing whatever insane shenanigans I can think of at any given time. So, like, I am expecting that the caster run type stuff is going to be wild.
The store is closed.
Yes, not bonking is definitely an important component to
Welcome. A quiet
the
room,
caster
you say.
run. But why would I want to hit some things with... I guess... Okay, I say that it's me just letting loose, and then... What kind of bullshit was I doing? I'm not allowed to equip anything that isn't magical. Oh, and also things that are magical, but only magical in the sense that they improve the effects of the armor itself don't count as magical, so I can't equip this. So, okay, look. There's always going to be some degree of rules that I put in place that I really don't need to make my life harder. But the aesthetic of the casters is going to be massively more shenaniganry than the aesthetic that we have with the melees. With the melees, very much I try to avoid fighting enemies by hiding around corners and shit like that. That's not what I'm trying for. That's like my, well, I have no choice. With the casters, the reanimate shit, all that nonsense is probably going to be absolutely core to the gameplay, just for shits and giggles, right? A pure caster party with 5 knights using wands would be very funny. It would be very funny. It's not my vibe, but it would be very funny. Only wands are usable. I don't start using wands. I have to find them along the road, and I can only use them if I identify them first. I think that this is a good idea for a run. This is the kind of... Actually, that's a great idea for, like, a holiday run. Halloween's coming up. Halloween's in 3 days. I could do that for Halloween, actually. It makes sense for Halloween. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thank you for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure streaming for you today. And I hope to see you all again next time, when we will probably be sitting in the arena for a billion years and not making any progress, unlike today where we made quite a lot of progress.